During adoration, I felt God close to me. A moment later, I saw Jesus and Mary. At the sight of them, I was filled with joy, and I asked the Lord, "What is your will, Jesus, concerning the matter which my confessor told me to ask you?" And Jesus replied, "It is my will that he should remain here, and that he should not take the initiative of dispensing himself." I asked Jesus whether the inscription could be Christ, King of Mercy. He answered, "I am King of Mercy." But he did not say Christ. I desire that this image be displayed in public on the first Sunday after Easter. That Sunday is the Feast of Mercy. Through the world incarnate, I make known the bottomless depth of my mercy. Strangely, all things came about just as the Lord requested. In fact, it was on the first Sunday after Easter, April 1935, that the image was publicly honored by crowds of people for the first time. For 3 days it was exposed and received public veneration. Since it was placed at the very top of the window at Ostra Brahma Shrine of Our Lady above the Eastern Gate at the city of Vilnius, it could be seen from a great distance. At Ostra Brahma, during these 3 days, the closing of the Jubilee of the Redemptive of the world was being celebrated, marking the 1900 years that have passed since the passing of our Savior. I see the work of redemption is bound up with the work of mercy requested by the Lord. One day I saw interiorly how much my confessor would have to suffer. Friends will desert you, while everyone will rise up against you, and your physical strength will diminish. I saw you as a bunch of grapes chosen by the Lord and thrown into the press of suffering. Your soul, Father, will at times be filled with doubts about this work and about me. I saw that God himself seemed to be opposing him, and I asked the Lord why he was acting in this way towards him. And I thought he were placing obstacles in the way of his doing what he himself had asked him to do. And the Lord said to me, "I am acting thus with him to give testimony that this work is mine. Tell him not to fear anything. My gaze is on him night and day. There will be as many crowns to form his crowns as there will be souls to be saved by this work. It is not for the success of work, but for the suffering that I give reward." Oh, my Jesus, you alone know what persecutions I suffer, and this only because I am being faithful to you and following your orders. You are my strength. Sustain me that I may always carry out what you ask of me. Of myself I can do nothing, but when you sustain me, all difficulties are nothing for me. Oh, my Lord, I can see very well that from the time when my soul first received the capacity to know you, my life has been a continual struggle which has become increasingly intense.